Hijab is the oyster and you are the pearl.
لكن لنا فيه ظن لا يخيبنا حاشاه أن ترجع الأيدي.
Unfortunately, in many societies today, hijab is labeled and deemed as oppressive and restrictive. But it's important to realize that that's completely not the case, and it's important to understand why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us to wear it. I like to think of it with this analogy. Allah loves us so much that He wants to keep us covered because we're beautiful and we're valuable. For example, think of a phone. You have your phone, obviously, you're going to put it in a phone case because it's so valuable and important, and if it falls, it's going to break. Same with diamonds and gold, they're always found underground. So we dress modestly because Allah knows our value and He values us and loves us. And He knows that this society can be cruel and dangerous. So we have to be covered to be safe from all of the dangers of the world. We're not going to be objectified. We're not going to be looked at in different ways. And we'll be looked at for more than our beauty. We're looked at for our smarts, for what we have to say, and so many more valuable things about our personalities. Personally, my journey with hijab started 9 years ago, but I didn't fully start wearing it until 4 years ago. I was a little kid and I didn't really understand a lot about the importance of hijab and why we actually wear it. And it's important to raise that foundation within our household so that young girls understand why we actually wear hijab and so that they can fall in love with hijab, not being forced to wear it. Even if you don't wear hijab yet, it's important to at least be modest so that you can build those steps. Hijab, it's not it doesn't just happen in a straight line. It doesn't just happen right away. It's growth and the line can curve and swerve, and that's important because then you're going to be learning more about the journey of wearing hijab. And it's a really difficult step, but inshallah, Allah will make it easier for you. It's important to have a support system because when you see and find influences that help you with hijab, for example, your friends, talking with people about it, your parents, other women within the community, it's important to have that support system because they help influence you. And usually these are the people you see in your everyday life. So hopefully they can help influence you and teach you more about the importance of hijab. And not just from other people who wear it, but it's also important to learn more about Islam and why it's important to wear hijab. Look into the Quran, that's our best source. Listen to lectures, watch podcasts. These can all help you with your journey, inshallah. The last thing I wanted to talk about was advising others versus judging them because there is a big difference. For example, there is a hadith narrated by Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu saying we judge by what is apparent. Yes, we do judge by what is apparent, but also what happened to backbiting? Backbiting is like eating the flesh of your brother. What happened to you're supposed to give a million other excuses for why a person is a good person. You're not supposed to backbite about them and slander them. Like there's two different sides to this, and so you do judge by what is apparent, but you can't completely put those other ahadith to the side. Really think that it's important to realize that, and a lot of people aren't ready to have that conversation, but it's important to realize that. And even if you just think of it in this way, how is that helping them? How is that helping them to become a better person? How is that going to help the young woman to adopt the hijab? How is that going to help her? It's not going to help her. It's just going to make her push her further away from it. And also the way you act is dawah as well. I feel like a lot of people forget that, but if you're a hijabi or even a non-hijabi, but let's just say me as a hijabi, like right now I'm trying to find like a good way to speak to others about the importance of wearing hijab. I'm not going out there saying, oh, you're all like gonna go to hellfire because you're not wearing hijab. No, I'm not saying that. I'm being proactive. I'm giving dawah by the way I speak, and people are giving dawah by the way they speak. So it's important to realize that the way you act can also affect people. And the way you act and talk to others is also important because that can also be what pushes someone toward the hijab, inshallah, or it can also be what pushes them away. So it's important to know how you're saying things, what you're saying. Like, is it proactive? Is it really going to help? It's important to assess that as well. If you watched this video to the end, thank you so much for watching it. It honestly took so long to make, but I'm really glad I made it, and I'm hoping to make more like this because I hope they help people. And if you like this video, please do share it with someone who needs it. You don't know whose life you can change. And just a reminder, I'm not a scholar, I'm just a student of knowledge, and I just want to share my opinions on this and inspire other people. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and please let me know what other topics you want me to talk about. And stream the Diary of a Hijabi podcast on Spotify, and you can also find us on Instagram as well. And we're thinking of starting a YouTube, so stay tuned for that, inshallah. Assalamualaikum.
من ضيق ومن سقم لكن لنا فيه ظن